In the bustling digital landscape of the early 21st century, a new force emerged from the heart of Beijing, one that would redefine entertainment, captivate billions, and quietly amass an unprecedented trove of human behavior. ByteDance, founded in a modest apartment in 2012 by a soft-spoken engineer named Zhang Yiming, began as a humble ambition to harness artificial intelligence for delivering personalized information. Zhang, driven by a vision of algorithm-driven content that anticipated desires before they fully formed, launched Toutiao, a news aggregator that learned from every swipe, every linger, every tap. It grew rapidly, feeding users exactly what kept them scrolling, turning idle moments into endless streams of engagement. This was no accident. The foundation was laid in machine learning, in systems that rewarded retention above all else, systems that understood the human mind's craving for novelty and validation. As ByteDance expanded, it ventured into video, launching Douyin in China in 2016, a platform for short, looping clips that exploded in popularity among the young. Douyin was addictive by design, its algorithm a masterful conductor, orchestrating feeds that hooked users with precision. Videos appeared not by chance, but through relentless analysis of watch time, completions, likes, shares, even the subtle pauses that revealed fascination. The more a user engaged, the deeper the algorithm delved, refining its predictions, creating an illusion of infinite discovery. In China, Douyin became a cultural phenomenon, a daily ritual for hundreds of millions, generating revenue through advertising that targeted with eerie accuracy. But Zhang's sights extended beyond borders. In 2017, ByteDance introduced TikTok to the world, an international version crafted to conquer global markets. It started modestly, spreading through Southeast Asia, then surging into the West. To accelerate growth, ByteDance acquired Musical.ly in 2018, a lip-sync app beloved by American teens, merging it seamlessly into TikTok. Overnight, millions of young users migrated, bringing their dances, challenges, and vulnerabilities. TikTok promised fun, creativity, freedom of expression. It was free to download, free to use, free to lose oneself in. Billions joined, drawn by the endless scroll, the viral trends, the sudden fame that could catapult ordinary people into stardom. Yet beneath the surface of this seemingly harmless entertainment lay a sophisticated machinery of data collection. Every interaction fed the beast. TikTok tracked not just what users watched, but how long, how often, from where. It gathered device information, location data, contacts with permission, even keystroke patterns in some reports. Biometric details emerged from videos, facial features, voice prints, all processed to enhance recommendations. The algorithm, trained on vast oceans of data, became uncannily perceptive, serving content that mirrored inner thoughts, unspoken interests, hidden desires. Users felt seen, understood, entertained, without effort. But this personalization came at a cost few comprehended. The allure was universal. Teenagers spent hours curating personas, chasing likes that triggered dopamine rushes akin to rewards in a game never meant to end. Adults escaped into mindless diversion, stress melting away in the glow of screens. Creators poured creativity into 15-second bursts, building followings, monetizing through gifts and partnerships. TikTok positioned itself as a democratizer, a stage for the voiceless, a playground without gates. And it was free. No subscription, no paywall. The promise was simple: endless fun, connection, discovery, all at no monetary price. But nothing truly free escapes a ledger. As users surrendered their attention, their habits, their secrets, ByteDance built an empire on the currency of data. Advertising flowed in, targeted with surgical precision, turning user profiles into gold mines for brands. Revenue soared, valuations ballooned into hundreds of billions. ByteDance became one of the world's most valuable private companies. Its success rooted in the invisible exchange, joy and engagement traded for intimate knowledge of billions of lives. In the beginning, few questioned it. TikTok spread like wildfire, crossing cultures, languages, generations. It shaped trends, influenced music charts, sparked movements. It felt liberating, a breath of fresh air in a world of stale feeds. But as the platform grew, whispers began. Concerns about addiction surfaced, stories of lost hours, neglected responsibilities. Reports hinted at deeper collections, data flowing to servers in distant lands. The illusion held strong, the fun undeniable. Yet the machinery hummed relentlessly, gathering, analyzing, profiting. This was the dawn of an era where entertainment masked surveillance, where delight concealed commerce on a scale never before seen. TikTok was not just an app. It was a portal, a mirror, a trap. And as billions stepped through, the true price began to reveal itself. Not in dollars, but in the erosion of privacy, the shaping of minds, the quiet transfer of power to those who controlled the feed. As the platform swelled to encompass over 1 billion active users worldwide by the early 2020s, the machinery behind TikTok's mesmerizing feed revealed its true ingenuity. The algorithm, a masterpiece of artificial intelligence honed through years of refinement on Douyin, operated with relentless precision. It analyzed every nuance of user behavior. Watch time became the paramount signal, rewarding videos that held attention longest. Completions, rewatches, shares, comments, all fed into a vast neural network that predicted preferences with uncanny accuracy. Location data pinpointed regional trends. Device identifiers linked habits across sessions. Even biometric inferences from facial expressions in videos and voice modulations contributed to profiles that grew ever more detailed. Advertisers discovered a paradise of targeting. TikTok offered tools to reach audiences based on interests inferred from interactions, demographics drawn from profiles, behaviors tracked through engagement patterns. Custom audiences allowed uploads of customer lists, lookalikes expanded reach to similar users. The system learned continuously, optimizing delivery to maximize clicks, views, conversions. Brands poured billions into campaigns, drawn by return on investment that rivaled or surpassed established giants. Revenue from advertising surged, forming the backbone of ByteDance's financial empire. In-app purchases, live gifts, e-commerce integrations through TikTok Shop added layers, turning passive scrolling into direct commerce. By 2024, ByteDance's annual revenue approached $155 billion, profits climbing toward $33 billion. TikTok contributed significantly, its global reach fueling growth even as domestic operations in China matured. Valuations soared privately, exceeding $330 billion in employee buybacks by mid-2025, reflecting investor confidence in sustained expansion. The model was clear. Users provided attention and data freely. The platform monetized both through hyper-targeted ads that felt organic, seamless within the feed. No paywalls interrupted the experience. The illusion persisted. Entertainment came without direct cost. Creativity flourished unchecked. Yet the depth of data harvesting extended far beyond benign personalization. TikTok collected device information meticulously. IP addresses revealed approximate locations. GPS data, when granted, tracked movements precisely. Contacts synced with permission. Keystroke patterns in searches. Browsing history within the app. Even clipboard content in some instances. Videos uploaded yielded facial recognition data, voice prints, age estimates, emotion detections, all aggregated into profiles that painted vivid portraits of individuals. Political leanings inferred from viewed content. Health interests from wellness trends. Financial status from shopping behaviors. Sexual orientations from subtle engagements. The algorithm used this trove not just for recommendations, but for auctioning ad space to the highest bidder, matching user profiles. Third parties benefited indirectly. Advertisers received aggregated insights. Pixel tracking confirmed conversions. Partners in e-commerce accessed purchase data. While direct sales of raw personal information remained denied officially, the ecosystem thrived on shared value. Data brokers elsewhere scraped public elements, but TikTok's internal hoard remained proprietary, guarded yet immensely profitable. ByteDance denied sharing with governments, implemented projects like Texas to ring-fence American data on Oracle servers. Audits promised transparency. Engineers in China, however, retained access in reports, raising persistent doubts. Concerns mounted gradually. Lawmakers scrutinized the potential for foreign influence. China's national intelligence laws compelled cooperation from domestic firms. ByteDance, headquartered in Beijing, fell under such obligations, theoretically. Requests for user data could arrive unannounced. Compliance mandatory. National security experts warned of risks. Espionage through backdoors. Manipulation of feeds to sow discord. Suppression of sensitive topics. Instances emerged. Content on certain geopolitical events appeared muted globally. Internal leaks revealed surveillance of journalists. Employees abused access to track critics. In the United States, bipartisan alarm crescendoed. Investigations probed data flows. Hearings grilled executives on assurances. Project Texas aimed to isolate American information, overseen by domestic entities. Skepticism endured. Reports surfaced of ongoing access by Beijing-based staff. States banned the app on government devices first. Federal agencies followed. Momentum built toward comprehensive action. By 2024, legislation passed requiring divestiture. ByteDance faced a deadline to sell TikTok's American operations or confront a nationwide block. The world watched as tensions escalated. India had acted decisively years earlier, banning TikTok outright amid border clashes, citing sovereignty over data. Other nations imposed restrictions. Government devices prohibited in Europe, Canada, Australia. Full bans in Afghanistan, Nepal, Somalia over cultural concerns. Partial limits elsewhere. The pattern revealed a global unease. Entertainment masked potential vulnerabilities. Joy delivered through screens carried hidden strings attached to distant servers. As 2025 dawned, the saga intensified. Brief disruptions hit American users. Extensions granted. Negotiations whispered of joint ventures. Minority stakes retained. Revenue continued unabated elsewhere. Profits projected toward $50 billion. User numbers held strong outside restricted zones. The algorithm evolved, incorporating advanced AI for even finer targeting. Commerce boomed with shop integrations. Creators monetized directly. The platform adapted, resilient against pressures. But the core exchange remained unchanged. Billions surrendered fragments of their lives daily. Habits, desires, fears, joys captured in digital exhaust. Transformed into fuel for an economic engine worth hundreds of billions. Advertisers paid handsomely for access to minds shaped by the feed. The free fun persisted, addictive and omnipresent. Yet the true transaction unfolded silently. Data harvested at scale, profiles sold in auctions, influence wielded through precision. The illusion of gratis delight concealed a profound transfer. Personal sovereignty yielded for fleeting dopamine. Collective privacy eroded for corporate dominion. This was no mere app anymore. It embodied a new paradigm of digital capitalism. Attention commodified utterly. Behavior predicted, nudged, profited. Governments grappled with implications. Citizens scrolled onward, captivated. The machinery advanced inexorably, gathering more with every tap, every view, every shared moment. As December 2025 unfolded, a pivotal shift reshaped the trajectory of TikTok's presence in the United States. After years of escalating tensions, ByteDance signed binding agreements on December 18th to establish a new joint venture for American operations. This entity, known as TikTok USDS Joint Venture LLC, transferred majority control to a consortium of investors led by Oracle, Silver Lake, and Abu Dhabi-based MGX. These partners secured substantial stakes, collectively holding around 45%, while existing ByteDance affiliates claimed 30%, leaving ByteDance with a minority 19.9% share. The structure complied with the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act, which had mandated divestiture or a nationwide ban by early 2026. Oracle emerged as the cornerstone guardian, overseeing data storage, algorithm security, content moderation, and software integrity for American users. U.S. data, long routed through Oracle servers under the earlier Project Texas framework, now resided firmly within this fortified domestic ecosystem. The joint venture promised independence, retraining the recommendation engine exclusively on American user interactions, audited rigorously to prevent external interference. ByteDance retained oversight of global interoperability, e-commerce, advertising, and marketing, ensuring revenue streams continued while addressing core national security apprehensions. The agreement capped a saga that began with executive orders in 2020, intensified through bipartisan legislation in 2024, and weathered Supreme Court upholding, deadline extensions, and brief service interruptions. President Trump's interventions delayed enforcement multiple times, culminating in approval of this qualified divestiture. Critics noted lingering ties, including ByteDance's minority stake and algorithm licensing, arguing it fell short of complete severance. Supporters hailed it as a pragmatic resolution, preserving access for over 170 million American users while mitigating risks of foreign compulsion under Chinese laws. Globally, TikTok's momentum endured unabated. Monthly active users approached 1.6 billion, with robust growth in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. Douyin, its domestic counterpart, commanded over 700 million in China, driving e-commerce dominance through live streaming and integrated shopping. ByteDance's revenue trajectory pointed toward $186 billion for the year, propelled by advertising precision and transactional features like TikTok Shop. Profits neared $50 billion, reflecting operational efficiency and market penetration that outpaced rivals in engagement metrics. The data engine powered this ascent relentlessly. Profiles enriched with every interaction captured nuances of preference, mood, and intent. Facial recognition derived age, emotion, gender from videos. Voice analysis inferred accents, tones. Location traces mapped routines. Search histories revealed curiosities. Combined with device fingerprints and cross-app signals, these elements fueled auctions where advertisers bid for attention in real time. Brands achieved unprecedented returns, embedding promotions seamlessly into organic feeds. Live gifts, virtual tipping, direct sales transformed viewers into consumers, blurring entertainment and commerce. Yet, privacy advocates raised alarms anew. Reports in late 2025 highlighted third-party trackers linking activities across apps, potentially exposing sensitive behaviors without explicit consent. European regulators scrutinized transfers, imposing fines for inadequate safeguards. In the United States, the joint venture promised enhanced transparency, with Oracle's audits and board oversight by majority American directors. Skeptics questioned enforcement, pointing to historical access incidents and the algorithm's opaque core remaining under ByteDance influence. The platform's cultural grip tightened. Trends originated in bedrooms spread to stadiums, influencing fashion, music, politics. Creators built empires on short bursts of authenticity, monetizing through brand deals, fundraisers, subscriptions. Young users, comprising the majority demographic, spent hours daily, forging communities around niches once marginalized. Adults increasingly joined, seeking escapism or connection. The algorithm, ever adaptive, surfaced content that resonated deeply, fostering loyalty through perceived understanding. This personalization masked profound vulnerabilities. Inferred traits from passive viewing painted intimate portraits. Health conditions from fitness follows. Political affiliations from news engagements. Relational statuses from duet patterns. Aggregated anonymously for targeting, yet granular enough to de-anonymize in breaches. Data brokers supplemented with external sources, amplifying profiles. While direct government access denied repeatedly, theoretical obligations in China loomed, now partially alleviated by the American restructuring. As the joint venture prepared closure in early 2026, operations continued seamlessly. Users experienced no disruption, feeds flowing as before. Revenue from the US market, contributing significantly, flowed into the new entity, while ByteDance benefited from its stake and global synergies. Valuation metrics for the parent company hovered above $330 billion, with secondary trades suggesting higher confidence amid regulatory resolutions. The model evolved, incorporating generative AI for captions, effects, even synthetic voices. Commerce expanded. Virtual try-ons, impulse buys integrated frictionlessly. Addiction concerns persisted, studies linking prolonged use to attention deficits, anxiety spikes. Regulators elsewhere imposed age gates, time limits. Parents grappled with monitoring tools inadequate against the pull. Beneath the vibrancy, the exchange deepened. Billions contributed fragments of consciousness daily, aggregated into predictive power sold to the highest bidders. Influence flowed bidirectionally. Users shaped trends. Algorithm shaped perceptions. Subtle nudges amplified voices, suppressed others through moderation policies, audited yet inherently biased by training data. In this new chapter, the illusion of free fun held, enhanced by structural safeguards. Yet the fundamental transaction endured. Attention harvested, behaviors mapped, desires anticipated, all transmuted into billions in profit. The platform, resilient through geopolitical storms, advanced its dominion. A digital colossus straddling entertainment and surveillance, creativity and control. The world adapted, scrolling onward. Governments negotiated boundaries. Corporations chased shares of the bounty. Individuals surrendered incrementally, captivated by the mirror held to their souls. The machinery, now partially Americanized in one key market, hummed with greater assurance, gathering the essence of human engagement at unprecedented scale. This evolution marked not an end, but a transformation. The free delight persisted, more polished, more pervasive. The cost, diffused across billions of moments, accumulated silently, fueling an empire built on the currency of lived experience. If this documentary resonated with you, be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Your engagement helps support independent documentaries and keeps important conversations going.